what's going on? It is Destiny Sadler, your beauty and confidence coach, and I am so excited to bring you the first video of the year. If you have not subscribed to my channel, I would greatly appreciate if you go ahead and subscribe and like this video, and make sure you leave me a comment. Say hey, tell me something so that we can stay connected. I am on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, so make sure you join any of those channels to see my day-to-day content. So right here, this is going to be a full video, and I'm going to explain like my thought process as I was doing my makeup. And I always believe that every single look should start with a great not palette, that's not what I'm trying to say, but just a great base, right? And so your skincare is super important. So you see me here massaging Due Date, which is a facial oil. It is a phenomenal. I use it for so many things. As a moisturizer, I mix it with my foundation sometimes. And here I mixed it with our Glow Drops, which are by far one of my favorite products to use with and without makeup. So just smoothing that on all over, it gives you the most beautiful glow, but not too much. Like, I don't like glitter, I love a glow. So it just umps your skin a little bit. Everybody shrug your shoulders and go, ump. All right, so here I am doing my brows, but I did something different this time with doing my brows. I used a gel pencil. This is a brown gel pencil, and I use it. I love the tail of my brows to be darker than the head, and just know that the tail is the part that goes as closest to your hairline on the outside. It is the part that, like I said, I like mine to be fuller and darker. So what I did here is I filled it in with the pencil, and now I'm going in with my eyebrow brush. This is a spoolie on one side, and the other side has an angled small brush. So use the pigment or use the eyeliner on the back part of it. See myself here making it just a smidge darker, and then taking the spoolie and just blending it out. The spoolie is going to help you majorly when it comes to doing your brows. Like, you cannot do your brows without a spoolie. And then I was like, well, let me try and use this on the other side, like on the head of my brow. And I was like, I like it. So then I just used the brush right there on the pencil and created hair-like strokes to fill in the head of my brows. You can see how easy it is for this one product. You can use it as an eyeliner too. And it is waterproof, smudge-proof, and you just know it's not gonna budge. I'm still gonna go on with a gel, because even though the the eyeliner is waterproof, my hairs are not, so they can move too. So I love to use a gel to hold it all in place. My favorite one is a clear gel. This one's from Lime Life by Alcone as well. I love how small the brush is on this one. Typically you will have a large brush when it comes to eyebrow gels, but this one is small and precise, and it gets it really, I just love how it holds, and it does it really quickly. So here I am using, I don't know what I'm looking at, and somebody must have called my name, or I might have been checking the chime, who knows. Anyways, here I'm using a concealer brush, and I am cleaning up my brows and making sure that they are defined. If you use a concealer to define your brows, it really helps them pop, and then you can correct. It's almost like an eraser if you think about it. So if you have any areas on your brows that need to be sharpened, or you made a mistake, and there's so many mistakes in this video, and I'm happy because we get to talk about them. But if you make any mistakes while doing your brows, you can always clean it up by using a concealer and a brow pencil. So before I start my eyes, I always like to pull down or use concealer as my base for my entire eye look. So what you see me doing now is pulling that concealer, the same concealer, all the way down to my lash line, and then using the buffer brush to make sure it's smooth all over. This is going to help my eyeshadows last all day. It'll also give the true pigment of the shadows. It gives it a good base for the shadows, and it also helps blend the shadows together, the ones that I put on top. I'm not really using a lot of shadows today, but again, this step here should not be missed when you're doing your eyeshadow looks, okay? So here you see me just making sure it's pulled all the way down, and now I'm going to use my translucent powder just to set that concealer. Again, this is just so that I have a nice fresh base to apply eyeshadows on top of it. Again, just depending on what your eyes look like, your eye area. But I always suggest you put concealer or some type of eyeshadow based primer before you start your shadows. Now what I'm going to do is, I was trying to decide like what look am I going to go for, and I was like, you know what, something simple. So this is my quad palette, and I'm using a bronzer for my crease. Okay, so using the tip of this brush, I am blending that bronzer right there in the crease of my brows, and I'm just making sure that it is super smooth. And that's what you're going to do anytime you do your eyeshadow, guys. Like, you just want to make sure that it is always blended. Blend, 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 blend it up. Woo! Blend that shadow up. I have no idea where that came from, but okay. Again, on the other side, just using that bronzer and putting it in the crease just to give my eyes some dimension. Because remember, when I put the concealer on, it made it all one color, right? So then now I'm adding back a little dimension, but true with pigment and eyeshadow color. Then I took the flat part of that brush and I dipped it in the highlighter. So I didn't even use eyeshadows on this look today. I'm literally just, I dab it and then I put in that bronzer. And this is the beauty of makeup, right? I used to think that you only had to use products one way. And the truth is, it's pigment. It's all pigment in different ways. That's what I mean. I've learned so much since I've joined Line Life. But one of the things I know too is that you don't always have to use it typically the way it's used, right? So that's why I liked using that bronzer as an eyeshadow. I went way too deep with that, but y'all get it. All right, so now I'm taking the black eyeliner. So I used the brown eyeliner for my brows. Now I'm using a black liner. Now this is my trick. So I know a lot of times, I even still struggle sometimes with wings, but if you put a little bit of the pencil out there and smudge your finger like I just did, it gives you the prettiest angled like cat liner. I love it. So I love a tight line. And that's why I really love liquid liners. But with this pencil, I enjoy using a pencil because it's easier for me to do a wing. So if you carry it out just a little bit and then smudge your finger at an angle up, you get the angled liner, which I know a lot of my clients struggle with, and I know that I struggle still with it. But that's one quick, easy way, and I've been doing that trick for a long, long time. Probably since we were in college. I feel like we've always, pulled out a pencil and did our quick eye look. So then now I'm just making sure that that bronzer that I used is going into the corner of my eye. For this look. Now I'm going to use mascara. I'm not going to put on any lashes on today, but I definitely have to curl my lashes because they stick straight out like a spider leg, okay? Or like spider legs. So using a curler to curl my lashes, and then I'm going to go in with the waterproof mascara. I don't know why I'm looking like that right there. But I'm going to go in with the waterproof mascara. I love this mascara because it has vitamin E. It lasts long and it's super shiny. And it's definitely waterproof. If you're a crier or if you're going swimming or the beach or anywhere where there's water involved, you definitely want to have this mascara on hand. And also make sure you have the spray makeup remover to remove it because it will not come off with water. And you will hurt your eyes really trying to get it off. So just make sure you have a good makeup remover to get that off. So I love this brush too because it's super small, but it's not very pine coney looking. It's almost like an hourglass shape. That's how I would describe it. So it really grabs and lengthens the lashes as you apply the formula to your lashes. And you're going to see, like I said, there were a few mistakes that I did within this video that I'm going to share with y'all because you might be making the same mistakes or something might come along where you have to do the same thing. All right, so I was looking, I don't know what I'm thinking. I was probably thinking, what am I going to do first? But now I'm just going with the bigger buffer brush and using my foundation palette and putting my foundation all over. This is going to be the lightest application of foundation today. I am not doing a heavy coverage. This is a very light coverage. I only dipped my brush in there one time, but you can see me blending in that concealer on the top of my forehead, and now I'm just blending everything else out and just making sure again that side is like that. And I'm going to come back with some concealer in a little bit, but this is just my foundation. I get this question all the time. Which one should you do, foundation or concealer first? My answer is it depends on you. I typically do my foundation, and then I go in with my concealer. I know some other girls that do their concealer first and have like 3 or 4 or 5 concealer applications. But for myself, I just do my foundation and then my concealer, making sure that's a sharp winged liner, so you can again use that concealer not only to what? Conceal, but also sharpen and erase. So just if I had any mistakes, that's going to erase that for my wings. And then just kind of putting this on the center of my face to brighten it. And then you're going to see me also use a lipstick to contour. I know. So here I'm buffering. I'm kind of going a little ahead of myself, but here I am buffering the concealer on right underneath my eye just to brighten the eye, make it look like I had 8 hours of sleep. But I love how, do you see how easy that is to blend? I don't know too many concealers that blend that easy, especially with this brush. And if you see like where I am trying to cover, I am literally like stippling it on, like stamp, 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 stamp. And anything that I need to blend, I'm swiping. So that's where you see me swiping right there. Again, just making sure it is bright and all together, blended together. I don't care if you're doing foundation or if you're doing shadows, you always have to blend. Repeat, we always have to blend. We always have to blend. If we do nothing else, we always have to blend. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is go in with my lipstick. Remember I was telling you about that? So I'm not a huge contour of the nose, and I think part of it is it always looks crooked to me, so I just, don't even go towards it. But here is where there was one mistake that I made. So I like to use my contour by my ear. So you see, if you're looking at myself, it's my right, okay? So my right side I did, and it is high up. It is cutting the cheeks, honey. It is doing and giving what it needs to give. Now this side, I'm looking at it, and I'm like, that's wrong. It's not as high as the other side. So if you make a mistake, take that buffer brush or whatever you applied your foundation with and go back over it and buffer that into the skin, making sure I'm going up and making sure it's blended all the way in. And then you can just try over again, and there's ways for you to do that. That's why I like this lipstick too, because it's a cream product, so it blends, and plus the foundation is cream, so it all blends together, and then you can always go back and correct. So here you see I just went back again, and I am blending that contour out. I redid the other side that I made a mistake on, and then now just blending out that lipstick that I used as a contour, which is my favorite. I didn't even contour my cheeks this time, just my forehead. I'm not my cheeks, my chin, my jawline. I just did my forehead and my cheek area. Again, super easy look, just taking the residual of that, what I used, and going back over my jawline area. I wanted this to be a very easy look, but I did a lot of steps, but it's still a very easy look. So I'm looking at my lashes, and I'm just like, I need to do something else. But before I do that, I was like, something's missing. Let's do a little liner on the bottom. So looking back at it, I wish I would have done that bronzer right underneath my brow. I mean, on my bottom line, but the black was great too. And I'm going to show you how I fix it, because I made a mistake and put too much on. It looks like the left eye if you're looking straight at me. And then I was looking at my lashes, and I'm like, okay, I need some more oomph here, people. Let's do a little bit more oomph. People is me. I don't know why I just said that. Anyways, so I went back in with a little bit more mascara just to give a little oomph, and it was giving what it needed to give, honey, and I was super excited about that. Now you're going to see me go in, and I'm like, okay, what else do I need to do? What else do I need to do? I need to fix that liner. So the concealer, again, is your eraser. I am here correcting what I did with putting too much liner on the bottom of my eye. So I used the concealer to erase the areas that needed to be fixed and erased. And I'm like, yeah, I like that. Like, yeah, I like that. So now I'm going to go in with my translucent powder and set that concealer. This translucent powder is clear. It has no color. So if you like a colored powder, you can do that over this concealer and foundation if you want. I love that it gives true pigment from the foundation and the concealer, and the translucent powder is clear. So I like using that. And then here you see me using that same bronzer. Remember the bronzer we used for my eyes? Now I'm going back over the parts that I used with the lipstick. I'm putting the powder over it. The powder is going to set your cream products. So just make sure, if you don't like your makeup rubbing off, definitely use a setting spray. But also too, if you're using a cream product, just make sure you always set it with a powder. It's also going to give you that matte look too. So if you don't like a dewier look, just I love that. Translucent powder is great to keep in your purse. Now I mixed the two, orange and the bronze, the same bronze I used on my eyes, for my blush, and I'm just making sure it is on. And I didn't show a lot of the blush today, but I did apply the blush with that big brush. Now I'm going in to do my lips. It was our Founders Day. Shout out to all of my sorrows of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. I was doing this look for a reel that I did, and then I was like, you gotta have a fire red. So of course I had to apply my liquid lipstick to give it the pop and color that I needed, y'all. So good. So good. Cherry pie never misses, like ever. Depending on your skin tone is also dependent upon which red lipstick will look good on you. So if you don't know, shoot me a message. I'd love to help you figure out which red works for you. Now, just fluffing my hair. I just did it. So it's still a little crunchy, but I didn't want to manipulate it way too much because, I wanted my wash and go to last, honey. But do you see how it is giving? Love this look. It was super, super easy, and I hope you enjoyed it because it's something that I really and truly passionately love, helping women create different looks for yourself, whether it's going out on a day-to-day basis, or if it's to go to work, or if it's for a girls' night out. Every woman, I believe, should have a great skincare routine and a real quick, easy makeup look that you can do by yourself, that you feel confident. Make sure that red lipstick, honey, does not get on those teeth, and pose, honey, pose, and the curls are popping. And I appreciate y'all